42% of Americans are obese. Want that same for your child? The answer is no. Let's take a look at some of the alternatives to this obesity problem we have in the US. One of the big things we can do is we can get our young children active in recreational sports. Sports like soccer, baseball, basketball, football, lacrosse, cheerleading, field hockey, wrestling. The list goes on, and these sports apply for girls and for guys. Some of the dangers of not getting our children active at a young age is obesity. While it's a big problem in the US, it's also a big problem for our youth, seeing as the obesity rate for children has gone up almost 3 times in the past 3 decades. That's a big eye-opener and makes you realize that there are 13.7 obese children within the US. That being said, it just pushes forth the fact that we really need to do something about my solution I'm presenting to you is recreational sports. And here's why. When you're involved in a recreational sport, you're working towards a common goal with your teammates or your co-workers within the group towards a common goal which instills teamwork and energizing thoughts together as a group rather than an individual, which as a youth up until that time you may experienced first time interacting with others your age working towards a common goal. In addition, you're building good work habits physically. You're working out, you're moving, and you're under the guidance of a leader, your coach, who is instructing you and pushing you to do even more than you thought. Another thing is lifelong friends. The friends that you may meet in this group or this team will stick with you at the age of 6 years old that I still associate myself with, and I'm happy to call them my friends. And we look back on that time very fondly. Another thing we got to look at is productive time use. See, the thing is, a lot of our children these days are spending between 5 and 6 hours of screen time a day. Screen time being on a tablet, a cellular device, a TV, whatever. This needs to be spent productively. Also instilling another reason as to why recreational sports are the answer. Another thing that these sports bring on is self-confidence. You'll be able to present yourself and work in front of a crowd or individually, but knowing that your work is significant and you can get done things you thought may not have been possible if you just put enough effort in. Lead together to make you a confident individual coming out of recreational sports. And if you want to look forward to more, then you can absolutely go on more. These are also great stepping stones as to leading you towards a future in a possible sport. Now, let's take a look at the other side as to why parents may not get their kids involved in recreational sports. These reasons may be their kids are unmotivated. Maybe they are unmotivated. The parents cost of recreational sports may be too high, and it all leads down to your child's motivation. At the end of the day, if they don't want to do something, it's going to be really hard to get them involved. Well, that's kind of where it boils down to what's your parenting strategy, and also you might need to kick them in the butt a little bit, and that's terminology for saying you might need to persuade them into doing this sport deep down, ready for their future between character building, physical work habits, and like lifelong health. So this is not only benefiting them lifelong, but this is through lifelong. However, it's also benefiting them at home. Okay, this is going to improve their all-around mood because they will be able to release the tensions that they may be feeling or with in a productive manner. Now, some of these parents may not know how to guide their child into doing this. And in that case, sports may not be your answer. But to get your children involved in a group such as 4-H, FFA, any a collective group with other members their age is a productive time, well time spent, okay, for developing themselves, helping everyone around them. That being said, if they don't have the energy or the wits to have the need to go further and pursue any of these sports, you can see how that may end up as people that start off at a young age not knowing how to take care of themselves. They don't tend to learn later on forcing it. So if you can distill strong work habits, physical activity, and teamwork at a young age, then your child will be set for the rest of his life. I'm very happy knowing that I've done all these sports and it has been the biggest motivator in my life to push and throughout everything I do and do it with 100% effort. I appreciate the rec sports program, and it is the and time being well spent versus being on their computers and once playing on their screens. Thank you.